Hi there, happy Tuesday. Today's topic is exceptionalism. It's a theme that has been coming up for me and my clients, especially the past 2 weeks. I've had this influx of this theme coming in of people expecting to be seen as exceptional, wanting to be seen as exceptional, expecting other people to be exceptional, all these things around exceptional, which is a slightly different flavor than perfectionism that we have talked about multiple times before. It can feel very similar, and it might come from similar roots, but it's time to look at it as its own thing. So, first questions first is, this again isn't for everyone. But if you do have this, and maybe you don't even know that you have this belief, but if you do have this belief that you should be seen as being exceptional, or you should be exceptional, right? Like it's a fact. You are exceptional, and so other people need to see you that way, like all of that kind of stuff. The first question is, are you in fact willing to take exceptional actions in order to be seen as exceptional? Or are you looking at what you're already doing and just longing for someone to notice, longing for someone to declare it as exceptional, what it is that you're already doing? So that's one thing there is, because the work feels so hard and you're doing so much and all that kind of stuff, it can feel like you're taking exceptional measures, but it may not be to someone else, for someone else, whatever. So that's kind of its own animal. We could talk about that another time or whatever, but just kind of looking at, yes, you want to be seen as exceptional. Are you in fact willing to take exceptional measures in order to be seen as exceptional? So that's one category. And then the other thing is, actually for either person, what we're going to talk about today is what it is about that. Why is that belief in you driving that? Now, if this is serving you, if you, because of this belief that you are exceptional and should be seen that way, is driving you to do exceptional things, it is driving you to do better, and you are getting the results that you want, awesome. As with everything, there's no one blanket way of thinking or being that is right or wrong. Is it serving you? If it is, awesome. Now we talk about, is it serving you enough, right? Does it also come with massive amounts of stress, not living your values, having a lopsided, way of being where you wish you had time or energy for other domains of life besides this one place where you're trying to be exceptional? Are you suffering from overwhelm? Are you suffering from stress? Are you suffering from, not being seen as exceptional by others? Are you suffering because you think other people should be exceptional and they're not? And so there's some judgments there. So that's what we're going to look at is, does this belief, does this way of thinking, is it causing more stress than benefit? And if so, it's time to slow down and take a look at why it is that you have this belief. Why is it that you have the belief that you should be seen as exceptional? And I know, right? The first answer is who wouldn't, Nance? Cause it's awesome, right? If the answer to that question is who wouldn't, that's an accurate answer. Okay, and now why? Why? And not who, not the rest of the world, but you. This is a time for you to look at yourself and your beliefs and figure out your why. What hole is there that would be filled by being seen as being exceptional? What is missing for you that being exceptional will fulfill? This is yours. This is not, of course it's great to be exceptional. This is yours, for you specifically. What is missing for you that this will fulfill? What is that one space that if you were seen as exceptional, you would feel like a whole and complete being? Why? Why? Why is it that it's so important to you? Why is it your focus? What problem do you think will be solved if you were seen as exceptional? What problem would be solved if you were being seen as exceptional? Take some time with this. Give yourself space. Open up a brand new page or notebook page or, whatever it is. If you do voicemails or, voice texting is better. But what I am going to ask you to do is don't just make this a thought experiment. Take it to the next level. Make sure you are being clear and complete in full sentences. Write it, not necessarily full sentences, but putting words. Sometimes in our thoughts, we just kind of see it or we feel it and they're like, that's good enough. No. Get the words. What are the actual words? What are the actual beliefs? And the only way to do that is to get it out of your body. So that means by typing on a computer, writing on a piece of paper, or saying the words out loud, like into a recording or something. Don't keep it in your head. Our thoughts are very different when they're inside of our bodies versus outside of our bodies. That act of being performative, that act of having to find words that make sense to potentially someone else, sentence structure, like all of those things come into play when it's on the outside of your body, which provides more details than if it's just a thought experiment inside of your body. So whenever you're doing these thought experiments, I highly suggest doing them outside of your body, either by typing them out, handwriting them out, or speaking them out. But make sure it's out. So again, if you are finding yourself longing to be looked at as being exceptional, and it is causing you some distress, it's time to investigate why. What is it that you think? What is the thing that being seen as being exceptional will fill? And then, if you do want to fill that hole by being seen as exceptional, take a look at your actions. Are you in fact doing exceptional things? Of course, in your eyes they are, but are they to the wider picture? Are they to the people that matters? Are they to the people that you're asking to give you that compliment or, whatever that is? As always, let me know what you think. If this was valuable in any way, share it, subscribe, like, comment, do all of those things. Some wonderfully free ways that you can tell me that this was valuable and that you want me to keep going. And also another way is let me know what you want me to talk about. What is something you're struggling with that would be beneficial for you to hear me talk about? So all of those things, have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.